Okay, everyone, welcome back to another episode of Matt talking about game dev. I brought this poster here because I found it cleaning up my basement. And for all of you gamers out there, this is gamer right here. So, okay, let's get into it. Okay, so today I want to talk about another retrospective of a game I did called the Eye of Zegu. It was a group project, so it was like me and some other developers on a team together, as opposed to like the last one was just me. So this one was a group experience, and I think there was a lot to take away from that. So let's talk about that. Okay, so some of the things that went well for me were working with the team to create something for a specific audience. So like one of the things I learned about was how to reach out to content creators. What you would do is, like, when you have a game that you want to release to a target audience, you then can, like, as an option to market, is to find somebody with a viewership who plays those types of games or has that type of audience, and ask them to play it. So like, instead of like running an ad, like what you'd do is like you'd reach out to them, you'd ask them to play your game, or you could pay them. There are even websites to do that. Like, you can go on the website, and then like they're like influencers for hire that will like play your game or like talk about your product. And so that's what I did for that product. Was I learned how to, I guess, sum it up. The first thing was like building a specific product for a specific target market, and then marketing that game using influencers. So let's dive in a little bit more into those two things. Okay, so my gamer friends over here, like, let's say this is my development team, right? We have like our programmer, you know who you are. We have our designer. We have our artist. We had like a fake artist. He was like a technical designer. And then that other guy who helped out. And basically we made a game for itch. Like, one of the things I knew going into it was that like we were making a free game. There was 5 of us in a couple months, and it was going to go on itch. Like, we had no delusions that it was going to be on Steam or a console, or it was going to be like a big deal, right? Like, I knew that's what I wanted to bring to the project, was that having that end goal in mind when we started, I feel like gave us an edge. So when you go to the itch store page, and I'm sure this is still true, maybe it's not, but if you were to go there, like at the time at least, everything that's like popular is like free to play, like low budget horror games, like scary games, like this is spooky or scary or whatever, like, scary game, like Slender Man, or like the one with the baby, I'm talking about, like those types of games. And so basically that's how I steered the direction of the team. So like the designers had ideas for games, but I was like, well, like, how can we make this like a horror game or whatever, or like, that's pretty much it. Like, I was directing them. I wasn't actually doing much of the work myself. And so that, as a beginning part of the process, once we all like came to a conclusion on what type of game we wanted to make, like, they just let them go, right? Let them do their thing, let them program their systems and design their things. And we came to this idea, like, there was like a stealth game, and when you got caught, it scared you. So yeah, that's the first half of that. The second half of this is like learning about influencers. I talked a little bit about like communicating with influencers to help them market your game. And that's just like what I learned about. It's a marketing strategy that allowed me to do business with influencers. And so we did get our game on 2 people's like YouTube channel. But basically the idea was I created a spreadsheet, and I created like a list of names of people. Like, I did the research, and I found like a bunch of people who played like free scary itch games on their YouTube channels, and then I just like got their names, their YouTube channels, I got their emails, and then once I had like 30-40 like maybe even 50 YouTube channels. I just like went down the list and like emailed them. So like while these guys were like making the game, like adding the mechanics and programming the systems, I was like DMing all of these people, being like, you know, oh, like we're a small time developer group, we're making this cool new game, like I see you do this, like, you know, would you be interested in us? Like here's a little bit about us and what we're making. And you just like do that. Like, I mean, it sounds weird, but you spam them, you know what I mean? Like not spam one person over and over again, but you cast a wide net, and that's how you get it, which I would later learn in sales. That's what we call LOAs. So this is just like, if you just do it, eventually somebody will bite, and you just gotta like, you know, make it happen. So out of the work that I put in, you know, however much effort, like it was a learning experience. So the people I did contact were very small, but even having them play it at all, you know, was huge for us and for me. So like, even if nobody like saw them play it, which I know they did because it got like 100 views, but like I was just happy that that person played it. And I also like learned that system so that when I go to like scale my business, instead of like asking a bunch of free to play users play my game for free out of like the courtesy of like, yes, developer, game developer, yes, game developer. Like, you know, like basically I can scale by saying, okay, like you have a big audience and like my game is like specific for you. If I give you the game for free and pay you like, I don't know, $100, $1,000, whatever, like depending on the game, like, will you play it on your YouTube channel? And they'll be like, yes. And then there you go. And then so I learned that system, and I thought that was really valuable from this experience. All right, so I don't want to ramble on too long here, but I will say the last thing I did learn working with these guys is that I had to step in sometimes as a dev. Like, I am a producer, and my job is to make sure that the product exists and exists with intention and then is sold. But sometimes like I needed to help with the game, which I was thrilled to do because I love game development and that's like where I come from. But like it also, I don't know, it just gave me some perspective about like how I can help. And a lot of it was like branding. Like I created this like thing. I don't know if I could throw it on the screen right now, but basically it's like this opening thing where it like presents like, here's the name of the game and here's like the eye, and it was marketing. Like, you know, even though it was like in the game, like it was branding, it was marketing, it was creating an identity for the game that I thought was really important. And that's also what I've noticed I've been doing a lot in my future projects, is like creating that, like when you open the box. This is a little side tangent, but now that I'm here, I want to bring this up. Like when I used to work at Crumble. It was like this like cookie place. And when what we sold to customers was not sugar and butter, it was that moment when we opened the box and asked them like, what does this look like? Like that was part of our dialogue. Like we were required to be like, oh, what do you think? You know, and people would react. They'd be like, oh my God, it's beautiful, or I think it looks good, or whatever, you know, or they would sometimes be like, oh, it's like missing something. And I'm like, oh, let me fix that. And they're like, like, yes, like that's the presentation. Like people buy the presentation. And I think that's an important part of taking away my experience working on the presentation of Zegu, as well as like making sure it's like for that target audience and that I'm reaching them in the first place. So there you go. Boom. There's that trinity of producing for you right there. Making a game for a target audience, making sure it reaches that target audience, and designing the presentation to fit their needs and their desires to make them happy. You guys smile, right? You know, when people do that still? Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, Eye of Zegu is free if you want to go check it out on itch. Go ahead. The other guys here that worked on it were awesome, and show them some love too. And leave a like if you guys want to see more. Like, do you like retrospectives? I'm gonna do them anyway, so I hope you do. And subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.